Hi everybody, welcome to Moflex Monday. Today I'm going to take you through a workout that I designed as a pre-run workout or a pre-run warm-up. So all the exercises we're going to do are dynamic, pretty much dynamic stretches, and I'm going to focus on the muscle groups that need to be activated to run your best. Also, as you know, Moflex is a tool that helps your foot be stable on the ground so that your ankle can be mobile, and then all the rest of the joints in your body can work properly if your foot is stable. So let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do before we get out for our run is practice our dorsal stance. So we're going to stretch our calves when we do this. We're going to bring our both toes onto that second tier of the Moflex. The ball of the foot is on the first tier, and your heels are grounded behind you. You're going to stand nice and tall here for 30 seconds, focusing on your heel being grounded, and you want about 75% of your weight through that heel. You want your hips even, you want good upper body posture, and you're going to stand here for 30 seconds. So the second exercise we're going to do is we're going to go through our stages of gait on the Moflex. So I'm going to have you start again in this dorsal stance position. We're going to do the stages of gait with each leg. So we'll start with our right leg, and you're going to come into the loading position here. This right leg is going to be our swing leg first. So we're going to go through different stages of gait with that right leg, and then we'll do it with the left leg. So here, you're in loading. Next stage, you're going to bring your right foot right on top of the Moflex so that we're in a mid stance position. And then we're holding that for about 10 seconds. Then we're going to come into a terminal stance position. Again, we're in each position trying to keep that good kinetic chain alignment. And then we're going to come into a pre-stance position of gait, holding for 10 seconds. And then we're going to swing our left, we're going to take a step forward, and we're going to swing our left leg through, pressing through your heel to your, transferring the weight to your toe, and then stepping through. So we got to do the left foot now. So we're going to come back up onto our Moflex in that dorsal stance position. And now we're going to swing the left leg through all the phases of gait. So you're going to bring your left foot into that loading stance for 10 seconds. Bring the left foot up into mid stance, standing nice and tall for 10 seconds here. Sliding down into the terminal stance for 10 seconds. And then coming into your pre-swing stance for 10 seconds. When 10 seconds is up here, we're going to take that right leg, we're going to push through the heel, then transfer weight through your toes, bend your knee, and step on through. Okay, so the next move we're going to do is a dorsal hinge with an overhead, sort of like a lateral overhead reach. So come on back to the Moflex in your dorsal stance that we've been in, grounding through those heels, and we're going to go into a hinge position here, which just means hips go back, back is flat. You'll feel a nice stretch through your hamstrings. Then you're going to stand tall. I'm going to rotate so that my thumbs are pointing out, and then I'm just going to reach all the way up overhead. And then we're going to come back down into our hinge, and we're going to come up and reach. We're going to do 10 reps here. Here's number 3. And again, keep in mind, these are all dynamic stretching movements. So to get yourself prepped for a walk, a run, any kind of cardio workout that you're going to do. We're going to do a few more here. 10 reps should be our goal. Just enough to get warm, get that blood pumping. And we'll do one more. Hinge those hips back, flat back, stand tall, lift, and relax. All right guys, next one is a plantar squat. So we're gonna fire up our quads here a little bit. We're going to lift our heels into a plantar flexed position. And we're gonna do a multi-joint movement here, squatting down and up. We're gonna do 10 reps here. Again, I'm pushing weight through that heel, activating quads, glutes, hamstrings a little bit. And again, we're just gonna do 10 reps because this is like a warm-up workout or routine. You don't have to do a ton of reps. It's just gonna be get through it quickly so you can get on to what you're doing next. All right, guys, now we're gonna do a reverse lunge. We're gonna do 5 reps each side. This is great for getting your hip flexor stretched out, that psoas muscle. So here's our start, back in that dorsal stance position like we've been in. I'm gonna step back with my right leg into a lunge. I'm gonna lift my right arm. And I'm gonna step forward, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. Stepping back, lifting my arm, and coming through. So here's rep number 2, stepping back. Left side, 2. And 3. 4. And 1 more each side. All right. All right, so we're gonna fire up our hamstrings next. So simple movement. You're gonna come onto Moflex, same position here behind in that dorsal stance. And you're just gonna do knee flexion. So you're gonna lift your right heel towards your right glute. We're gonna do 10 reps. You wanna try to keep your knee from shifting back and forth like that. You wanna keep it nice and still. And each time you lift your heel to your glute, you should feel that hamstring firing up. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We'll come around here. If you need to, put your Moflex somewhere where you can hold on to the wall, or put a chair in front of you so that you can hold on to the chair, just for safety. We're gonna do 10 on this side. Heel up. 1, 2, 3. Betty wants to do it. 2, 3, 4, sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, the next 2 things we're gonna do are to activate our calf and then our anterior tibialis. So we're gonna do calf raises. Definitely hold on to something for this one. Put a chair in front of you, or I'm gonna use the wall here, because what I'm gonna do is come up all the way on that top tier of the Moflex on the ball of my foot, and I'm gonna do calf raises here. So basically I come up on my toes and then down, up and down. And again, we're gonna do 10 reps. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this next one is going to be rather difficult. I have a hard time with it because You need to have a lot of mobility in your ankle to do it. But what we're going to do is we're going to come into, can you see my feet? Can you see the feet? Okay. So you're going to come into this position, and we're going to work the opposite motion that we just did so that we can fire up the front part of the leg, the anterior tibialis muscle. So from this position, you're going to lift your toes up and pull them towards your shins each time. Again, definitely hold on to something while you're doing this one. I would be better off if I had two things to hold on to, because like I said, this is not an easy move. If you wanted to make it easier, you could do one leg at a time, where you could stand like this and just lift here. Much easier. You're still, as you bring those toes up, you're still firing up that anterior tibialis, which is super important muscle group for ankle mobility or ankle function. All right, guys, last one, and then you're all ready to head out for your run or for your walk or jump on the elliptical or whatever you're going to do for your cardio exercise. So we're gonna fire up your glute medius with some hip abduction. So again, you're gonna want to be close to something, either a chair in front of you or the wall here. I'm going to put my right foot onto the very edge of the Moflex, the very end. And then I'm going to make sure that foot is real stable, 75% of the weight through that heel. And then I'm going to abduct through my left hip. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to come down a little bit because I don't feel super stable. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same thing on the other side. Let's just flip here. Now the left foot is being held nice and steady and stable by that Moflex. Push the heel in. Make sure it's real steady before you start. And now you're going to abduct that right hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there you have it. Moflex for runners or walkers, or a nice dynamic warm-up for any kind of cardiovascular exercise that you're going to do. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Stay well.